This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this StockBox interview. Joining us today is Hugh Rogers, the CEO of BioNXT. Thank you very much for your time, Hugh. The first time that we're speaking, how are you?
Very good. Thank you, Mark. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's good to be speaking to you. So, of course, you're a pharmaceutical play, but I wonder if you can perhaps just give us the high-level overview, the elevator pitch, if you like.
That's right. So we're obviously in the biotech space, but in particular, we're focused on drug delivery innovation. So these are alternative drug delivery systems, and in particular, our oral dissolvable film platform, which we have a number of products being developed on that platform.
Okay, so just tell us a bit about that drug delivery system. Then I understand it's drug delivery through a dissolvable tab on the tongue, so it's sort of revolutionizing drug delivery.
Yeah. So our lead product, for example, which is a Cladribine product. For MS. This is an oral dissolvable product. So it's sublingual delivery, and there's some advantages for that, in particular in MS and other neuromuscular, neurodegenerative diseases, where there's advantages, namely convenience and safety. So up to 40% of patients in the MS space and our secondary indication, which is MG, myasthenia gravis, have difficulty swallowing. So the ability to deliver drugs precisely and accurately, conveniently, and of course safely is an advantage.
And this is it revolutionary technology? Has it been tried and tested before?
It has been tried and tested, so it's not new in that sense. What we're doing, and this is really our advantage being a small company, is taking a novel drug delivery system, combining that with an already approved drug, and being able to develop a product that's proprietary. So Cladribine itself is a blockbuster drug for the treatment of MS, but that's in a tablet form. So we've patented the oral dissolvable film, or ODF, sublingual delivery system, in fact, for all neurological autoimmune diseases. So there's a pipeline of potential products. We're focused on Cladribine in the ODF form for MS. That same product, Cladribine in ODF, is also being developed for MG, myasthenia gravis, but there's a number of other drugs that can be applied or delivered in this platform for similar diseases.
Okay. And how come you're sort of focusing at the moment on those two diseases particularly?
First of all, MS, for example, that's a huge market. It's a growing market, obviously, unfortunately, but it presents a really unique opportunity for us, where we have a patented product for a blockbuster, patented product in a blockbuster market. And as a small company, it's a very interesting, unique opportunity because it's already patented. It's already patented and approved in major jurisdictions in the tablet form. When we take this to market, we don't have to prove efficacy. So we don't have to show that the drug works. We have to show that our form of the drug in our delivery system can produce similar results in terms of bioequivalence. So, as I was saying, as a small company, this is a very attractive opportunity because it's faster, it's cheaper, and it's lower risk.
Okay. So you don't necessarily have to go through the typical clinical trials, those phase 1, 2, and 3s to get a drug approved, because the drug is already approved. It's making sure it actually is still effective through your delivery method.
That's right. So we do not have to demonstrate safety, and we do not have to demonstrate efficacy. What we have to show is that our drug delivery system produces bioequivalence to the tablet form.
Okay. And where are you on that that path then?
Yeah, that's a great question. So that's, where things get exciting for BioNxt. Over the next 3 to 6 months, we're expecting a number of key milestones to be achieved, and namely our first human pilot study in showing bioequivalence. So that's a major milestone.
Okay.
That data will be critical in terms of future potential licensing deals or I should say commercialization primarily.
So that's going to happen in the next sort of 3 to 6 months. And so that really, is it a fairly straightforward trial to go through? Do you get results quite quickly?
Yeah, excellent question. So it is, I think in the drug world, it's about as easy and straightforward as it gets. So it's a 2-week trial. It's our product versus the name brand product tablet form. So our oral dissolvable sublingual product against the name brand tablet form, 2 weeks, results, within weeks after completion of the trial.
Okay. And is it a binary result? Is it effectively yes, it works, no, it doesn't, or is there some grey areas?
Generally, so for approval of these types of products, it really only needs to be about plus minus 20%. So there's a pretty big window in terms of success here. We've already run a very similar study in animals, sublingual product versus tablet form. It was excellent. It was less than plus minus 5%. So we're not expecting any surprises here. It's relatively inexpensive, which is really important to understand. So it's, as I say, cheaper, it's faster, and lower risk.
Okay. And are you prepped and ready to go for the trials then, or is there still some work to do?
Not a lot of work over the next weeks and let's say 30 to 60 days, primarily organization of patients, finalization of the clinical sample material. But other than that, there's a few regulatory checks and boxes. The trial is being carried out in Europe, continental Europe, but nothing we can't handle. The company's got some very experienced contract researchers involved in the process, and that's really just a matter of pushing forward. It's the timelines, over the next, as I said, weeks, so 30 to 60 days.
Sure. Okay. So basically, everything's on track. You don't foresee any risks to that 3 to 6 month timeline slipping a bit.
No, I don't.
Okay. And then post this, let's say it goes well, and you're getting the good result there. What does that then mean for your company? How do you carry on from there? Because that's obviously 6 months is fairly short in an investment time frame. So of course you have to go look beyond that.
Absolutely. So there's a few, for the company, critical milestones here. The first one that we've talked about being the clinical trial itself. Very important, getting that data in hand. That allows us to go to market in terms of potential business transactions. So licensing or any sort of collaboration with pharma or major pharma. So number one, the clinical trial itself. Number two, some national level patent filings that we're looking to accelerate in the US, Japan, Canada, Australia. So we have the European patent national level filings have been made. So just moving those forward is another major milestone. So that would be covering other parts of the globe. And then third is another stream of potential projects in the longevity space using our oral dissolvable sublingual platform. So that I can't talk too much about that, but you'll see some news in the next 30 to 60 days on an entirely different vertical using our platform.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you're already getting that second pillar, let's say, or vertical, as you say, sort of lined up. Okay. So just a final thought then. If we take where we are today as point A, and let's say the end of the year, or maybe let's say 12 months time is point B, you want to get those clinical trials completed. You then want to start getting the licensing, trying to look at business transactions. Is there anything else that you want to achieve over the next 12 months? But more importantly, just thinking about what point B is, what do you need to get there? Capital, staff, key milestones, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the drug development space. We're in the enviable position of being able to move these projects forward at really a very relatively low cost. So not only are they low cost, but they're scalable. So we can run multiple programs in parallel. And in addition to that, our lead product, the ODF using Cladribine API, that product is being developed for 2 major markets. We have several additional products being developed for neurological autoimmune diseases. And as I mentioned, we also have a product being developed in the longevity space using our Sublingual platform. So, being able to scale these, push them forward in parallel, I think is pretty exciting. Capital is required, but in the grand scheme of sort of the drug development world, this is really nothing. We can move projects forward, from zero to commercialization in the sort of for less than $5 million per product, which is unheard of in the drug development space. So pretty exciting. I think the future, the next 6 months, is a game changer for the company. I think by the end of the year, we're expecting some pretty great things. If everything goes as planned, we could have some interesting partnerships. Certainly, expecting some good results, and an entire pipeline of additional products coming along.
Okay, good. And if you were to make an investment case to investors just in 30 seconds, 60 seconds, what's the investment case here? You're approaching a very key catalyst point, I would say.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. So over the next 6 months, I would say even 3 to 6 months, a number of key inflection points here where we're generating significant value, and we'll have the ability to leverage that into a scalable opportunity using our sublingual drug development platform.
Okay, good. Well, Hugh Rogers, thank you very much for your time today from BioNxt.
Thank you very much, Mark. Take care.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like, or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.